Guru Nation, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share. It really means a lot to me. Look, after SOS, Save Our Sites Conference, by the way, if you didn't go, you need to go. This is just the beginning. Every year we're going to do at least a conference. We have webinars. Just follow our LinkedIn page. Look, the entrepreneurial spirit is alive and well in this industry. And I got approached by so many people there who are CRAs, project managers, coordinator, anything but site owners. And they were telling me or asking me, hey, do you think I can do this? Do you think I can be a site owner? Like, we're inspired by watching you and Brad and Monica and everyone else. Do you think I can do it? And I say, well, it's multifactorial, but the right kind of person, what kind of person are we looking for? So, not just technical know-how. Obviously, you've got to know the fundamentals. If you're not going to hire a coordinator to start out, if it's going to be you, or even if you are, how are you going to train them? And even if you think they're experienced, how do you know they are doing things the way they're supposed to be done? You don't know. Like, even experienced coordinators sometimes haven't been trained the right way, depending on the organizations they're at. So you got to have the technical know-how. But after that, so that's the foundation, that's the minimum. You got to be financially solvent. So you've got to at least have 9 months, maybe a year of living expenses, of your own living expenses covered. But the personality that you got to be is adaptable. You've got to know critical thinking, common sense. You've got to be able to put yourself in the sponsor or CRO shoes and ask yourself, if you can answer the question, why would they select your site? Chances are your investigator is going to be research naive. Hopefully, if you've been watching the videos, your investigator has a private practice that you can pull from of real patients. That's your answer. The sponsors want real patients, preferably in underserved communities that haven't been in studies before, that are not in highly competitive areas. So, I've seen a lot of people. One example is a CRA. The CRA that I know that just started their own site, found a PI, did everything they needed to do, ended up getting their first study, a sponsor's actually coming to visit them for a site selection visit. The CRA does site selection visits at their regular job. The CRA was asking me, well, we're a little bit nervous. We don't know what to do at the site selection visit. You literally do this on the other side. You know the person coming in is going to be another CRA. They're going to do exactly what you've been doing. Like, just recall your site selection visit monitoring reports. That's what they're going to go through. They're going to assess your site's capabilities. They're going to assess your database, your times, all your CLIA waivers, GCP, all IATA, all that stuff, the process of consent. So you've got to, like, a lot of us that are not site owners, you get stuck in your box of just doing your tasks and going home. And if you want to take the leap to being a site owner, you've got to, forget about the box. There is no box. You're doing everything it takes to get your business successful. So that spirit of adapting to the situation. And sometimes it means understanding when a study's not appropriate for you. But more often than not, early on, it's going to be figuring out how to do the study. Because there's never going to be a perfect study. There's never going to be a study where the sponsor says, hey, this is simple. I mean, if the studies were simple, why would they need research-naive PIs? So you're probably going to get a tough study. Now you're going to have to go out and hustle and find specialists that can be able to do eye exams. You're going to have to go and negotiate MRI and X-ray vendors for the study. By the way, they're not going to be standard of care MRI and X-ray acquisitions. They're going to be research specific. The vendors are not going to be used to this. you're definitely stepping outside of your comfort zone. If you're a person that likes to make this kind of stuff happen, you will do well. If you're a person that gets nervous and anxious with every little change that deviates from what you expect, you're not going to do well. So, obviously, having a basic foundation, but then understanding, putting yourself in the sponsor's shoes, and then once you get a protocol, because they're all different, understanding how to execute on these protocols. That's what makes being a site owner risky. We haven't even discussed hiring staff, retaining staff, making sure you have enough income coming in to pay your bills, leasing a space when you get too big for your doctor's office. Like I have on my website, theclinicaltrialsguru.com, just go click on the tab Open a Clinic. I have the blueprint. It's like hours of what you need to do. This video is meant for who you need to be. And a lot of you guys and gals, you have these dreams, but you need a wake-up call and you need to understand who you actually are. And by the way, if you're lacking on some of these things, you can develop these skills. But you don't want to develop these skills after you quit your job. So you want to put yourself in positions at your work, your current job, where you are putting yourself in these high-pressure situations so that you can come out on top. And I'm not talking about database locks. I'm talking about doing things completely different from what you're accustomed to and making things happen. More networking, save our sites. Guru Nation, I gotta go buy dry ice for my site. But thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this helps answer some questions out there. Bye-bye.